In movies, the costumes worn by characters aptly describe the roles they portray. Similarly, in real life, your dress code describes who you are, because life is a movie. Hello students, this is the time class with the Millennium Teacher, the class that teaches the lessons of life based on facts to transform, inspire, motivate, and educate you about life. You're welcome to class. In our previous class, we ended the lessons on makeup. In today's class, we're going to start the lessons on costumes based on my book titled Life is a Movie, a Call to Action. If you're a newcomer in this class, please enroll by following us on our social media handles. On TikTok at The Private Class, on Instagram at The Millennium Teacher, on Facebook and YouTube at GMBC Vlog. Don't forget to comment on the lessons and share it with others so they too can learn as well. Now for today's lesson, costumes. What is the meaning of costume? Well, by definition, costume is a type of dress code comprising garments, accessories, hairstyle, etc. that is distinctive of a particular country, period, or people. That is the meaning of costumes. Now we need to understand that costume is an important aspect of a movie production. Every movie requires costumes. Without costumes, it is difficult to tell a compelling story. Since life is a movie, we need to understand that it also requires costumes. I've told us in this class that a movie is a story told about people, places, things, or events within a timeline of either past, present, or future. The costumes worn by characters in movies must match up with the story told, because the story occurred within a timeline. The people in that timeline use a specific costume. So if a movie tells a story that has an ancient timeline, the costumes used must be ancient. And if the story occurred in a modern day timeline, the costumes will be modern, because the costumes must match up with the story told in the movie. Similarly, in the movie called Life, we all have stories to tell. So for our stories to be compelling and interesting, our dress code must match up with the story we tell. It is good to know that the costumes worn by characters in movies aptly describe the roles they portray. Yes. It also describes the person whom they are acting like. Similarly, in real life, the way you dress determines the role you play in life. In other words, your dress code describes your personality. Whatever outfit you wear, it represents who you are. So if as a lady, you dress half naked and walk about the streets, don't be surprised if men call you all angle, because your costume represents you as a harlot. Yes. So the costumes describe the roles you are playing. And that is why we must be careful with the way we dress. Every aspect of life requires specific costumes, because life is a movie. Let's take a look at the scenarios. In the security sector, the people involved wear combat and other related uniforms to help describe them as soldiers or security officers. Another example, in the educational sector, pupils, students, and others wear uniforms to describe them as educational people. How about the health sector? The doctors, nurses, and other health practitioners, they all have specific costumes that describe them and their roles. Life is a movie. Also in the judiciary, lawyers wear grey hair and other dresses that describe the roles they portray. So every way of life, being a movie, requires a specific costume. And that means Christianity also requires costumes, because it is a way of life. There is a specific costume, unique dress code for Christians. Do you know that? Yes, there is. There are several scripture passages in the Bible that tells you how a Christian should dress. For example, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, 1 Timothy 2 verse 9, 1 Peter 3, 3-4, Deuteronomy 22 verse 5, and so many other passages that will tell you how a Christian man and a Christian woman should dress. If you are a Christian, you are portraying the role of Christ, and so you must dress like Christ. Characters dress like the people they portray in movies. So since life is a movie, you must dress like the person whose roles you portray. This takes us to the end of the class for today, and I believe you have learned a lot. Till we meet again in the next class, I have been your teacher, Solomon Joseph Kekora. Class dismissed.